My name is Sylvia, and I'm with Odyssey of Enlightenment. I'm a quantum hypnosis healing practitioner, and I'm also going through this ascension process just like everybody else. And I wanted to talk about patterns that I've been noticing, things that have been standing out, that I've been telling my loved ones and my friends and those around me, that I've been noticing that just because we're awake or woke doesn't mean that we don't forget. And I've noticed, myself included, we just have to keep reminding each other. It's kind of like we're a tribe and it's our duty. The way I imagine it, I used to be in law enforcement for almost 20 years. So in law enforcement, cops are not allowed to approach a sketchy scene alone. They have to wait for their backup. So like soldiers, same, they have to have backup. So I feel like I can relate to that a lot by how we are experiencing this now as light workers. We are each other's backup. So we have to make sure we're all good and then we're all on point, at our best, and we keep each other alert and, watching each other's backs, and then we can approach and help everybody else, the rest of the world that needs our assistance and why we came here. So I feel it's our duty to help each other. So it's our duty to lift each other up. If you see your fellow light worker and if they're struggling and you see what they need, it is your duty to tell them or to help them in any way that you can, because the favor will then be returned for you. Because I guarantee you, you're going to need their assistance, because that's how this works. We're lifting each other up and we're helping each other, and then we're strong, and then we go out and help the masses. So anyway, I've noticed that a lot of us are forgetting to shield ourselves. The energy is ramping the F up. It already has, and it's just steady increasing. So please, people, shield yourselves. If you don't know how, I can walk you through it really quickly. You call in God's white protective light. If you don't want to say God, if you don't resonate with that word, you can say source. Source is white protective light. You imagine a super bright white light coming in from the galactic sun and surrounding you completely, enveloping you like a bubble or an egg, just enveloping you all around. Dolores Cannon, in her sessions, uses the white pyramid of protection. So we were trained to use the white pyramid of protection, and it's simply a pyramid of white light, and you just imagine yourself standing in it, and you're fully engulfed and encompassed in this really super bright white light all around you, and that is your pyramid of protection. You can put it around yourself, your kids, your husband, your job, your bank account, your car, your pets, whatever that you want protected, for the day. So I start my day with the shielding. And then if I go anywhere, I shield again. Or if somebody comes over, either a stranger or somebody that triggers me. Let's face it, right now, a whole bunch of us are getting triggered. Even if we love these people, they're triggering the F out of us, right? So you can shield yourself and minimize the harshness of whatever is going to transpire. You don't want their crap sticking on you, and you don't want your crap sticking on them. So this puts a nice barrier. Also, if you're going to have a conversation with someone, say you're going to have a conversation with someone that you've had miscommunications with in the past and you don't want any misunderstandings with, you can imagine the throat chakra color all around you. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it's blue. So you imagine that light all around you. And then what I like to do is add another color around that, which is the heart chakra color, which is that green. And I imagine it all around the outside of the blue. So both. That way, whatever is said from your heart center with love. Because we don't want, even if we're upset with someone, we don't want anything negative. We want it to be positive, because we want, a positive experience for both of us, because that's generally what will benefit us. So you can imagine that. And then you'll notice that your transactions are a lot smoother. That doesn't mean you're not going to have, whatever it is you're supposed to be going through, because that's part of your path and your lesson. Because let's face it, a lot of times we won't do stuff unless we're forced. You know how they say some people can be woken up with a kiss and others need a baseball bat. Unfortunately, I've been in the baseball bat version of things. So protection. So you protect yourself in the morning if you're going to be around anybody sketchy or anybody that triggers you, or if you leave somewhere, protection. Like if you're going to go to the store, a lot of people, a lot of energy are going to be around, so you can protect yourself then. And before you go to bed, because you want to minimize any interference from any weird energies, entities, whatever, you know what I'm talking about, before you go to bed. So same thing again, just a white light, call in protection and shield yourself. Imagine that white light all around you and around your kids, around your husband, your wife, whatever, whoever you want to send it to, your pets, your home, your car, whatever. Just surround it again. And it's visualizing. That's all it is. It's setting your intention and then imagining it. And that's about it. So protection. Remember to shield, okay? So that's something that I've been noticing. Another thing that I've been noticing is a lot of us are being asked, especially women. I haven't spoken to many men about this, but women I've been noticing that we're being asked to really empower ourselves, really step into our power and take our power back. I remember in a reading I was told last year, oh, well, you chose this and you created it to take your power back. And I remember, like, when you're deeply in the throes of drama, the last freaking thing you want to hear is that, number one, you created it, and oh, take your power back. Like, so easy. Just flip the switch. And I remember thinking, what the F does that even mean? Like, take my power back. And so I really, ruminated on it, like thought about it deeply. Like, what does that mean? Take my power back. So then I started noticing situations where people would drain me. And I started saying no. I started saying no to going to events, to family functions, to, oh, you want to go out with so-and-so on Saturday? No. Why? Because I don't want to. And like taking my power back that way, which in the beginning is kind of dicey because you have to like really come to grips with being comfortable with honoring yourself and saying it in a way that's not going to really like severely piss people off. Although now I'm at the point where I'm like, 0 F's given. Like, oh well, you react how you react, but this is my answer, like, but you get used to it. So in the beginning, I was very delicate with how I said it. Like, oh well, I'm feeling, kind of tired and I need to rest and whatever. You can be political about it. You don't have to be as brusque as, I am sometimes, but depending on the person, I would say, because some people are just really asking for it and they push and they act like you're a doormat, and we're being forced right now almost. It's like being shoved down our throats. Like, take your power back, say no. And so that's how I started. I started saying no. And then a way I took my power back was just really honoring myself. Whatever I wanted to do, I made that a priority. Because especially as women and as mothers especially, and wives, we tend to put ourselves last. And I started making a concerted effort to put myself first, which was like so foreign to me. I mean, I'm a Cancer sun, the consummate mother, and just putting everybody's needs before my own for years. And so that was really foreign for me to do that, to put myself first. Like, no, you're going to have to wait because I'm going to take a bath or, whatever it is that I needed to do for me, for my sanity, so I would not snap. That's what I put as a priority. So, I mean, it could be anything, like, oh, I want to watch this movie, or I really want to eat this, or whatever. Put yourself first, cater to yourself. But at the same time, that also does not include abusive behavior where, well, I'm going to eat this whole pint of ice cream because, I'm being good to myself. Well, that's self-sabotage. That's not being good to yourself, actually. Yeah, having a couple of scoops isn't gonna, break the bank, but eating the whole pint, you're gonna regret it later. So that was another thing that I had to look at in taking my power back, is like, I'm not going to abuse myself. I'm not going to accept abuse or crappy, treatment from anybody, not even myself. So that's part of the whole spiel too. So I just wanted to do a video on these things that I've been noticing. And also, the energy is really, really heavy right now. Chiron just shifted into Aries. Thank God, even though my natal Chiron is in Aries. Chiron's the wounded healer, and he's in the sign of Aries, and that's where my natal Chiron is. So I don't know how that's going to play out. But he's there for the next 9 years approximately, and he's been in the sign of Aries. I'm sorry, he's been in the sign of Pisces. Thank God he's not in Pisces anymore. Pisces is a very emotional, deeply emotional sign, and we have been going through it. So thank God that it's not in Pisces anymore. So anyway, the energy is pretty heavy right now, and a lot of us are going through a lot of changes. The one thing that I do want, that I've noticed with friends, family, clients, is a lot of focusing on what's leaving. And I noticed a shift in myself when I turned the other way and looked at what's ahead. Kind of like when you graduate, that like, oh, I'm so glad to get the heck out of here, yay. But then it's like that, now what? That feeling. But challenging myself not to look back at what is leaving, because it's leaving for a reason and for the betterment of me and us all. So really looking forward and getting excited and giving myself permission to really like dream and imagine what's possible. I'm so excited for what's coming. I'm excited for what's coming. I'm excited for, trying to dream up of new things. Like, am I going to live somewhere different? Am I going to meet different people? Am I going to experience different things? Am I going to go somewhere else? And, really trying to get excited about the new, looking to the new, keeping my face to the sun and not looking back at, oh, woe is me, what's leaving. And not because I don't care. Of course I care, especially being a Cancer, but because I know how I am and how emotional I am. I know that that is my weakness, so I'm also not going to self-sabotage and focus on something that's going to be my detriment, because I know I can stay in that really low vibration and it's just going to snowball. It's going to bring me all the way down. And I'm trying to achieve the opposite. I want to go up. So in psyching myself up for getting excited and looking forward to, ooh, I wonder who I'm going to meet, and I wonder who, where I'm going to go and what I'm going to do, and just trying to really get into that space. That really helped me a lot, because it kind of gave me something to look forward to, and it took the fear away because it replaced the fear with excitement. So really not giving in to the fear, having faith that whatever is happening is for me. And in looking back at times, I'm sure you've had times where, shit has hit the fan and you're like, oh crap, you know, and you're clinging to that old relationship or that old job or whatever, that friendship. And now you're thinking, well, thank God that they left because I got something better. And, you know, you get what you need. So times are definitely shifting. They have shifted. And I would invite you to focus on the new, focus on the possibilities, and release. Just let go, completely surrender, release all resistance to change, because resisting is what's creating your suffering. And I don't want you to suffer. I don't want to suffer. So just let go of that resistance, of that hanging on. You know, they say, let go or be dragged, because this car is leaving. And if you're hanging on, you're going to get dragged, and that hurts. So no, let's be our own advocate, our own best friend, and just release resistance. You know what, God, my higher self, my God self, I trust you, and I know you love me so much, and I know you got my back, and I know that whatever's coming is going to be freaking amazing, right?